Hi everyone! In this video, I will introduce to you two coordinate systems which will be commonly used in this course, in addition to the more familiar Cartesian or rectangular coordinate systems. Coordinate systems are important because they are used to represent vector quantities. You will also learn how to convert a point from one system to another using the transformation formulas which will also be derived in this video. So, if you're ready, let's begin. An orthogonal coordinate system is one in which all the coordinates are mutually perpendicular. So take note that the word orthogonal here is synonymous to the word perpendicular. Let me show you the image for a three-dimensional rectangular coordinate systems. We know that the x, y, and z axes are all mutually perpendicular with each other. So when we say mutual, it means that if x is perpendicular with y, y is also perpendicular with x. So mutual sila. Kumbaga, hindi siya one-sided. Okay? Now, in addition to the Cartesian or rectangular coordinate system, we also have two additional orthogonal coordinate systems. So first, we have the cylindrical coordinate system and the spherical coordinate system. So from here on, we will refer to the Cartesian as RCS, which stands for rectangular coordinate system. The cylindrical will be considered as CCS, cylindrical coordinate systems, parang creamline lang, creamline cool smashers. And the spherical will be represented by SCS, spherical coordinate system. Okay, now let's discuss these two one by one, starting with the cylindrical coordinate system. So in the cylindrical coordinate system, a point can be represented using the variables rho, phi, and z. Take note that we no longer have x and y variables. So, we retain the variable z. The variable z in Cartesian is the same as the variable z in cylindrical. Now, our goal is to convert from x and y and obtain rho and phi, and vice versa. Because sometimes, a point will be given in cylindrical and we would want to obtain its equivalent in rectangular coordinate system. Okay? So how do we do that? First, let us consider this point on the surface of an imaginary cylinder. Now let us show the three variables, rho, phi, and z. So rho is the radial distance from the z-axis drawn towards the point. So it's equal to the radius of the imaginary cylinder. Next is the angle phi. Phi is the angle that rho makes with the positive x-axis. And lastly, z is the same variable z as we have in Cartesian coordinates. So let's repeat the three variables for cylindrical coordinate system. We have rho, phi, and z. Rho is called the radial distance and it is measured from the z-axis towards the point. It's equal to the radius of the imaginary cylinder in which the point is located. And it has a range from 0 to infinity. Take note that we don't have negative values of rho because it represents the radius. Kasi wala namang negative na radius, di ba? For the angle phi, we call it the azimuth angle or simply the azimuth. So the range of values for the angle phi is from 0 to 2 pi. For example, if the value of phi is 0, then it means that the point is along the x-axis. If the value of phi is 90 degrees or pi over 2, then the point is along this y-axis. The value of this angle phi is 2 pi, then it makes a full circle. Once again, your point is along the positive x-axis. The last variable is z, which is the same as z in the Cartesian coordinates. And because of that, the range of variables would be the same. It's from positive to negative infinity. Now, a vector can also be represented in cylindrical coordinates. A vector in cylindrical coordinates is represented by this expression. So we have a rho A phi, and AZ. These are the vector components along rho, phi, and z respectively. So the form is just the same for a vector in Cartesian. The only difference is that, of course, the variables have changed. From x, y, z, we now have the variables rho, phi, and z. So take note that these are the unit vectors in cylindrical coordinates. Rho is the unit vector along the radius. That's why in this image, we have this arrow directed along the radius of the cylinder. The next unit vector is A phi, which is the unit vector along the direction of the angle phi. So take note that this angle is measured in a counterclockwise direction. That's why the direction of the unit vector is this way. So once again, if we measure the angle phi, it's measured from the positive x-axis towards rho, which is the radius, in a counterclockwise direction. And lastly, this is the unit vector AZ. Now, it's important to remember that since the coordinate system is orthogonal, then these three unit vectors are mutually perpendicular with each other. Considering this, then we can apply the rules for the dot product. Ano ang rule ng dot product? E di yung A rho dot A rho, this must be equal to 1. Likewise, A phi dot A phi equals 1 as well, and AZ dot AZ equals 1. Now, if we get the cross product of any of these two, we will always get 0. Why? Because, of course, they are orthogonal. For example, A rho cross A phi, this is 0. A phi cross A z is also 0 because again, these three unit vectors are mutually perpendicular. So if we get the cross product of any two of these unit vectors, we will always get 0. Now let us learn how to convert a point from Cartesian to cylindrical or vice versa. Let's consider this figure once again for the cylindrical coordinates. First, let us indicate the unit vectors for the Cartesian coordinates. We have the unit vector along x and the unit vector along y-axis. The unit vector along z is AZ. Ito siya. If we want to convert the point into cylindrical coordinates, we need to have a representative point. For example, this gold circle here represents the point that we want to convert from Cartesian to cylindrical. So let us show the three unit vectors for cylindrical. So the unit vector arrow is along the radius. Next is the unit vector A phi, which is along the direction of the increasing angle phi. And lastly, we have AZ. So yung AZ, kung ito-drawing ko siya, eto yon. Ano? But there is no need. Why? Because the Z component in both Cartesian and cylindrical coordinates are identical. Copy-paste lang yon. Ano na lang ay convert natin? We should be able to convert from x to y to rho and phi. Now, to do that, we only need to consider the top view of this cylinder. Now, if I just rotate the top view 90 degrees counterclockwise, this y-axis will now be oriented in a vertical direction and the x-axis will be oriented in a horizontal direction. So I did that because we're more familiar with the y-axis being the vertical axis and the x-axis being the horizontal axis. Now let us have the representative point that we want to convert. So of course, we know that this point has a coordinate x and y, and we want to obtain its equivalent in cylindrical represented by rho and phi. Okay, so to do that, let us draw a directed line segment from the origin to this given point. The radius of that directed line segment is the value of rho. Okay, lagyan natin ng label ha. Ayan. Now, ilagay din natin yung angle na phi. We measure phi from the positive x-axis counterclockwise towards rho. So, ito ngayon yung angle na phi. So, gusto nating malaman ano ang values ng rho at ng phi kung given ang x at saka y. Okay, to do that, let us project the x and the y components of the given point. Ito yung x at ito naman yung y. And obviously, we're able to form a right triangle. O, diba? Lagyan natin ang label. Kasi kapag walang label, sometimes we get confused. Ano kaya mahalaga ang label? Okay, sige, lagay natin yung X at saka yung Y. Ayan. So, kitang-kita natin, yung triangle ay tama. Bakit? Because it's right. O ngayon, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to obtain the expression for finding rho. Okay, so this is from Cartesian to cylindrical. What is the expression for finding rho? If we apply Pythagorean theorem, this will give us the square root of x squared plus y squared. Okay? O diba, ang dali lang, Pythagorean lang. How about the expression for the angle phi, yung azimuth angle natin? We take note that y and x are given and they are opposite and adjacent respectively with the required angle phi. So we can use the tangent function. Di ba? Alam natin yung SOHCAHTOA. Kapag tangent, opposite over adjacent. So we now express phi in terms of the tangent function because we know that tangent of the angle phi equals the opposite side y over the adjacent side x. So to get the angle phi, we just get the inverse tangent of both sides. So therefore, phi is the inverse tangent of y over x. These two formulas are required for us to convert a point from Cartesian to cylindrical. Now, what if we want to do it the other way around? A point is given in cylindrical and we want to obtain its equivalent Cartesian coordinate. So, we just look at this triangle once again. If the given variables are rho and phi, and we want to get x and y, we use the cosine function to find x because it's adjacent to the angle phi. So, x is rho cosine phi, and y is equal to rho sine phi. So, we use cosine for the adjacent side, and we use sine for the opposite side. Remember, SOHCAHTOA, sine is opposite over the hypotenuse, while cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse. Now, if we want to find x, it is simply rho cosine phi, and if we want to find y, that is simply rho sine phi. These formulas have been obtained from this triangle. It is important that we know how the formulas were derived. Why? Because if ever you forget these formulas, you would be able to derive. Kasi alam mo kung paano nakuha yung mga formulas na yan. Ano? So, hindi tayo nagsasaulo lang lagi. No, it's important that we understand where these formulas come from. Gumamit lang tayo ng Pythagorean theorem and SOHCAHTOA. So, kung alam mo yung SOHCAHTOA at Pythagorean theorem, derive mo ang mga formulas na iyan. Now, let us discuss the spherical coordinate system. In the spherical coordinate system, a point is represented by the variables r, theta, and phi. So, let us take a look at the image representing the spherical coordinate system. So, here, we have a representative point which is located on the surface of an imaginary sphere. Of course, that sphere has a radius r. So the radius of the sphere is the first variable in spherical coordinate system. So this r is the radius measured from the origin to the given point. And it ranges from 0 to infinity. Just like the radius of a cylinder, hindi tayo pwedeng magkaroon ng negative na r kasi nga siya ay radius. So it starts from 0 to infinity. The next variable is the angle theta. As you can see in this image, theta is the angle measured from the positive z-axis towards r, measured in a clockwise direction. Unlike the angle phi, theta varies only from 0 to pi. And lastly, we have the variable phi. The angle phi in spherical coordinates is identical with the angle phi in cylindrical. So, we still call it the azimuth angle and it has a range from 0 to 2 pi. Okay? So, hindi na tayo nagko-compute ng angle kung given ang cylindrical. Ano? Yung phi sa cylindrical coordinates, kokopyahin mo lang kasi yun din yung phi sa spherical coordinates. Parehas lang po sila. Okay? Now, how do we represent a vector in spherical coordinates? So, ganun din, ano? Meron din siyang tatlong components. Component along r, theta, and phi respectively. So, we write it this way. So, the vector in spherical coordinates has three components. The component along r, component along theta, and the component along phi. And of course, each component is multiplied by their corresponding unit vectors. Now that you're already familiar with the three coordinate systems, let us discuss the most crucial part of this video, which is the transformation of one point from one coordinate system to another. This topic is very crucial because in our succeeding topics, we'll be using them from time to time. Please pay attention so that you will learn how to derive the formulas. As I have mentioned earlier, it is important that we know where the formulas came from. Because if we ever forget these formulas, there will be a way for us to remember them because we know how to derive. Here, we have the XYZ axis. O, lagyan natin ng label ha, XYZ. Now, ilagay natin yung point na gusto nating i-convert. Yung kulay black na point. Ano? Tapos, halimbawa, given siya in Cartesian. So, alam natin yung kanyang X, Y, at Z. Gumawa lang tayo ng projections para maka-form tayo ng isang rectangle. The projection along X, lagyan natin ng label. The projection along Y, and of course, meron tayong projection along Z. Okay, so kung given ang X, Y, Z, i-convert natin yan sa cylindrical. Yung Z, hindi mo na kukomputin. Ano? Ang kukomputin mo na lang ay yung rho at saka yung phi. So, to compute rho, we first draw the radius of the cylinder. So, how do we draw the radius? We draw it from the z-axis towards the given point. Ayan, mula sa z-axis, papunta dun sa point at lagyan natin ng label na rho. So, we can see very obviously that here we are able to form a right triangle. We used Pythagorean theorem to solve for rho, and of course, with y and x given, rho equals the square root of x squared and y squared. Now, after solving for rho, we solve for the azimuth. No? Paano nga kinocompute ang azimuth? Yung azimuth is the angle from the x-axis towards rho. Lagyan natin ng label, yung drawing, ano, para mas madali nating maunawaan. To find the angle phi, we use the tangent function. Ano? So, tangent of phi is y over x. Therefore, phi is the inverse tangent of y over x. Now, if we want to convert cylindrical back to Cartesian, of course, we need to solve for x and y given rho and phi. And, kagaya nung dinerive natin kanina, inulit ko lang tong part na to, ano? X is the adjacent, that's why we will use the cosine function. X is rho, cosine phi. Yung y naman ay opposite ng angle phi, kaya yung y ay rho, sine phi. O, di ba? O, ngayon, ito yung Cartesian to cylindrical at ito naman ang cylindrical to Cartesian. So, ang kulang ay spherical. So, gawa muna tayo ng radius. The radius of the sphere, of course, is drawn from the origin to the given point. So, ito ngayon yung R, no? The radius of the sphere. So, this time, we're able to create another right triangle. Ano? Yung right triangle na rho, Z, and whose hypotenuse is R. Okay? Kung kanina i-consider natin yung X, Y, rho, this time, ang i-consider naman natin ay yung triangle na rho, Z, R ang sides. And of course, it's also a right triangle. Okay? Ngayon, kung given ang rho at saka z, that's cylindrical, kukunin natin yung spherical, yung r. It's very obvious, of course, we once again apply the Pythagorean theorem to solve for r. R is simply the square root of rho squared plus z squared. Ayan, no? Pythagorean theorem lang yan. Okay, right triangle. So, ito yung cylindrical papuntang spherical. Now, what if given naman yung xyz? So, we want to convert a point from Cartesian to spherical. Eh di madali lang. Anong gagawin? Itong rho, papalitan mo lang nito. O, diba? So, ipasok mo lang sa loob ng square root yung x squared plus y squared. So, sa loob ng square root, tatlong terms na yung present. X squared, y squared, z squared. O, diba? Dali lang. Okay. Ano ang sunod na variable? The next variable is the angle theta. So, we measure theta from the positive z-axis towards the radius r in a clockwise direction. O, ilagay natin sa drawing. Ano? At lagyan natin ang label. Now, again, considering this figure, kung given ang rho at saka z, what is the expression for finding theta? Oy, rho is the opposite side, while z is the adjacent side. So, because both the adjacent and the opposite sides are given, we can use the tangent function. Ano? Tangent theta is rho over z. So, theta is the inverse tangent of rho over z. O, di ba madali lang? Ano? Right triangle lang ang katapat ng lahat ng formulas na yan. Kaya ito ay hindi mahirap tandaan. No? Madali lang. Yung mga kinder nga ngayon, alam na yan eh. Bakit? Kasi fetus pa lang sila, nag-algebra na sila. Ngayon, what if given ang xyz? O-convert mo siya sa theta. Ano ang theta? O, itong rho, palitan mo lang ng ano? Palitan mo lang siya ng square root ng x squared plus y squared. So, this is the transformation from RCS to SCS. Yun namang angle na phi, hindi na natin hahanapin. Bakit? Kasi po ang phi sa cylindrical at phi sa spherical, parehas lang. Okay, now what if pabalik? Ano? Given ang spherical, hinahanap mo naman ang cylindrical. So, ang given ay r at saka theta, hinahanap yung rho at saka z. So, since rho is the side opposite the angle theta, rho is r sine theta. O, di ba? Dali lang. And likewise, z is the side adjacent to theta. Kaya yung z ay r cosine theta. O, di ba? So, katawa lang uli. Kaya madali lang to. So, ngayon, what if meron tayong spherical? Given ang r, theta, phi, ano naman ang xyz? Madali lang. Kasi itong x na to, papalitan mo lang yung rho. This is the variable for cylindrical coordinates. So, we will simply replace this rho with r sine theta. So, yung rho ay r sine theta, tapos imumultiply mo ng cosine phi. So, we now have the expression for x, r sine theta cosine phi, which basically came from this formula. And likewise, to solve for y, we replace this rho with r sine theta. So, y will now be r sine theta times sine phi. Okay? So, saan ang galing lahat ng formulas na ating na-derive? All these formulas simply came from these two right triangles. At gumamit lang tayo ng dalawang concepts. Ano yon? Pythagorean theorem and yung trigonometric functions na sine, cosine, and tangent. So, katowa at Pythagorean lang ang ginamit natin. Ano? So, kung alam mo kung paano na-derive lahat ng formulas na yan, there will be no problem. If ever you forget these formulas, you can derive. Now, let us summarize all of these formulas sa isang table para mas madali mo siyang matandaan. Ano? So, of course, we use tables to summarize formulas so we can easily memorize them. So, here is the summary of all the formulas that you need in order to convert a point from one coordinate system to another. Now, let us demonstrate how to use these formulas by solving several examples. Ano? Unang example, Given the point, negative 263, obviously, this is in Cartesian coordinates. Express P in cylindrical and spherical coordinates. Okay, so first, cylindrical muna tayo. No? In cylindrical coordinate system, ang unang variable ay rho. We know that rho equals the square root of x squared plus y squared. So this equals the square root of negative 2 squared is 4 plus 6 squared is 36. So of course, we have square root of 40 and square root of 40 is 2 square root of 10. Now, with the use of a calculator, we can calculate the value of 2 square root of 10. So this is equal to 6.32. So rho has a value of 6.32. Now, we solve for the angle phi. Phi is the inverse tangent of y over x. From the given point, y is 6 and x is negative 2. We use a calculator to calculate the angle. Make sure that your calculators are in degree mode. Ayan. So, D, naka-degree mode na siya. Shift, inverse tangent of 6 over negative 2. Okay, so we get the angle negative 71.57. Negative 71.57. Okay. Now, however, in solving for the value of phi, there are ambiguous cases. Why? As you can see, this angle, negative 71.57, lies in the fourth quadrant. Diba? Kapag ang angle ay negative, ibig sabihin, it was measured in a clockwise direction. So, since less than 90 yan, nasa quadrant 4 siya. Ngayon, the given point is negative 2 and 6. We know that negative 2 and 6, kung negative ang x at positive ang y, that's in quadrant 2. Ayan, o, drawing natin yung quadrant. Yung nakuha nating sagot, nasa quadrant 4. Yung given na point, nasa quadrant 2. So they do not agree with each other. That's why we need to correct the value that your calculator gave you. So, hindi laging tama ang angle na ibibigay ng calcu mo sa iyo. Kaya you need to verify kung tama yung angle. How to verify? The location of the angle should be the same as the location of the given point. So, kung hindi, anong gagawin? Mag-add ka ng 180. No? So, mag-add lang tayo dito ng 180 degrees. Ayan. So, yung negative 71, adan ko lang ng 180. May makukuha ako dito na 108.43 degrees. 108.43 degrees. So, this is the correct angle. Okay? And of course, yung z, hindi na natin i-convert. Kokopyahin ko na lang. Z is also equal to 3. So now, the point P in cylindrical coordinates is 6.32, 108.43, and 3. Okay, now the next step is to convert the given Cartesian point into spherical coordinates. So ilagay natin dito in spherical coordinate system. Ang unang variable ay r. R is the square root of. So since alam na natin yung rho, yun na lang yung gamitin natin. Or pwede rin naman xyz. So we have square root of 2 squared is 4 plus 6 squared is 36 plus 3 squared is 9. So we have square root of 49. Of course, square root of 49 is 7. Next variable is theta. Saan equal ang theta? Theta is the inverse tangent of rho over z. And because we already have the value of rho calculated earlier, that's 2. Square root of 10, pwedeng yun na lang yung gamitin natin over z. Of course, z equals 3. So, gamit tayo ng calcu para makuha yung value ng theta. Shift, inverse tangent of 2 square root of 10 divided by 3 equals, so we get 64.62 degrees. 64.62 degrees. Sir, tama po ba lagi yung angle na ibinibigay ng calculator? As long as in-input mo yung tamang values, yung ibibigay niyang angle sa'yo tama. unlike nung phi kung saan mayroon tayong ambiguous cases. Okay? Now, the last variable is the angle phi. Yung phi natin, hindi na natin kukomputin kasi nga, na-compute na natin kanina yan sa cylindrical. Yung phi ng cylindrical, same lang sa phi ng spherical. So, kopyahin ko na lang, 108.43 degrees. So, now, in spherical coordinates, the point is 64.62 degrees and 108.43 degrees. So there you go, guys. We're able to convert a point in Cartesian into cylindrical and spherical coordinates. Now, let us solve another example. This time, the given point is in cylindrical coordinates because obviously, isa lang yung angle natin. This is rho, phi, and z. Now, we convert it into rectangular and spherical coordinates. Okay? Unahin natin yung rectangular. R, CS. The first variable is, of course, x. X is rho, cosine of phi. Rho is 4.4. Then cosine of negative 115 degrees. We have 4.4 cosine of negative 115 degrees. So, ang sagot, negative 1.86. Okay? Kapag nag-round off tayo, it's negative 1.86. Next is the variable y, which is equal to rho sine of phi. So, we have 4.4 sine of negative 115 degrees. Okay, sa calculator, i-edit lang natin yan. Palitan yung cosine, gawin nating sine. Ang sagot, negative 3.99. Negative 3.99 or approximately equal to negative 4 na siya. Okay, next is the variable z. So, no need to compute for z because kokopyahin mo na lang yung given na value ng z. So, now in Cartesian coordinates, the point is negative 1.86, negative 3.99, and 2. Okay? Now, we convert the given cylindrical point into spherical coordinates. In spherical coordinate system, the first variable is r, and we know that r is the square root of rho squared plus z squared. R equals the square root of rho is 4.4. 4.4 squared plus z squared is 4. Okay, ano ang value nito? Sa calculator, again, pindutin natin square root of 4.4 squared plus 4. The answer is 4.83. So we have 4.83. Now let us solve for the angle theta. Theta equals the inverse tangent of rho over z. So it's equal to the inverse tangent of 4.4 over 2. Solving for theta, we get 65.56 degrees. 65.56 degrees. And lastly, we don't solve for the angle phi anymore. We just copy the given angle, negative 115 degrees, because the angle phi in both cylindrical and spherical coordinates are the same. So ngayon pwede na nating ilagay yung point. Ano po? In spherical coordinates, the point is 4.83, 65.56 degrees, and negative 115 degrees. Ayan. So, meron na tayong sagot. O, di ba tama yung nakuha natin? So, ganun lang kadali. Ano? Hindi po ito mahirap. Madali lang ito. Ang mahalaga, you make yourselves familiar with the formula. Sa simula, of course, it will take some time, but you just practice solving problems para maging mas proficient ka at mas mabilis kang mag-solve. Now, let us solve the last example for this topic. We have a point given in spherical coordinates, 5, 20, and negative 70 degrees. We convert this to rectangular and cylindrical coordinates. Unahin natin yung rectangular. In rectangular coordinate systems, the first variable is x, and we know that x equals r sine theta cosine phi. So substitute natin, we have 5 sine of 20 degrees cosine of negative 70 degrees. 5 sine 20 times cosine of negative 70 degrees. And the answer is 0.58. 0.58 kapag tayo ay nag-round off. Next, we solve for the variable y. Y is r sine theta sine phi. So this is equal to 5 sine 20 times sine of negative 70 degrees. So, yung last term, palitan ko lang ito, gawin ko lang sine yung cosine. Okay, and everything else, just the same. So, we have negative 1.61. And lastly, we solve for z. We know that z is r cosine theta. R is 5 and theta is 20 degrees. So, 5 times cosine of 20 equals 4.7. Ano po? 4.70. Approximately kapag tayo ay nag-round off. So, meron na tayong point in rectangular coordinates. The point is 0.58, negative 1.61, 4.7. Now, convert the point to cylindrical coordinates. In cylindrical coordinate system, the first variable is rho. What is rho? Rho is r sine theta. So we have 5 times sine of 20 degrees. Rho equals 1.71. 1.71. Next, we solve for the angle phi. But the angle phi is identical to the angle phi in spherical. Kaya ika-copy-paste lang natin yan. Phi is negative 70. And z are cosine of theta. 5 cosine of 20 degrees. Edit na lang natin itong nandito. 5 cosine of 20 degrees. The answer is 4.7. Which is, kagaya lang nung nakuha natin kanina. Dapat nga hindi na tayo nag-solve kinopya na lang natin yung z kanina. In cylindrical coordinates, the point is 1.7, negative 70, and 4.7. Ayan. Ito na yung point natin in cylindrical coordinates. Okay? So, di ba madali lang? Sobrang dali lang yan, guys. Ano? So, yung formulas, again, para hindi nyo makalimutan, know how these formulas are derived. Dalawang right triangles lang po ang pinanggalingan yan, and Pythagorean at SOHCAHTOA lang yung ginamit para ma-derive sila. Ano? So now, para kayo ay makapag-practice, I'll be giving you problems so that you can work on these problems and practice para matutunan ninyo kung paano mag-convert. So ito yung problem, ano? You can copy the problem and pause this video for a while you are solving the problem. Now, if you're done answering, you can check your answers if they are correct. Ngayon, ito na yung sagot. Ito na. Ready ka na ba? 1, 2, 3. Ayan. So, if you're able to get all those answers correctly, then congratulations. Marunong ka na mag-convert ng point from one coordinate system to another. You're now ready for the next topic. Okay, so thank you for watching this video. Bye!